It is the one-year anniversary of the Biden administration's chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, and who can forget President Biden exactly a year ago making this promise?
Americans should understand that troops might have to be there beyond August 31st.
No, Americans should understand that we're going to try to get it done before August 31st.
But if we don't, the troops will stay.
If we don't, we'll determine at the time who's left.
And
if there are American forces, if there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out.
Kosha, he's had plenty of failures as president, but right up there, leaving behind Americans and Afghan allies in Afghanistan as the Taliban took control. I mean, that has got to be a failure that will haunt his presidency. It's part of his legacy.
I think it already has. So that we're up sitting, 1 year since that botched withdrawal. And that is the moment where his poll numbers really took a nosedive. They weren't great. They were already declining, but they really took a nosedive after that. And they never recovered for a whole host of reasons after that. So it absolutely is his legacy. I will say, though, that this story, Rita, for me, I think it is bigger as much as it is very sad the way that withdrawal was botched and, what it means for the Biden legacy. It's bigger than that because it really highlights a fundamental structural problem in American leadership, where 20 years were invested in this, and people increasingly, after the initial few years, just have not really bought into why it's necessary for the United States to spend so much blood and treasure in these faraway wars with no goal in sight, no strategy, no objective in sight. And this, the fact that after 3 days after the withdrawal, the Taliban basically took over. They're in complete control today, including of the billions of dollars in aid that we still spend. And it's just really sad, and it just underscores that point. The whole thing, it really, people question why we were in there. It speaks back to the Liz Cheney issue as well, because she's of that era of people from the other side, from the Republican side, that kind of supported this foreign interventionism. And I think this just really highlights that. I will give Biden credit that at least he withdrew. A lot of other people from both sides campaigned on withdrawing and never did. But it's very unfortunate, how badly that withdrawal went and the lives that were lost in the process.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any question that the withdrawal had to happen, and it's what the American people wanted. But the manner in which it was mishandled and botched, the fact that they left billions of dollars worth of arms for the Taliban extremists, the way that they, abandoned Americans and their Afghan allies. I mean, that is what you hold Biden responsible for. But you're right. I think the overwhelming majority of Americans wanted their troops out of Afghanistan, and quickly.